You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in.
Poems suggesting that immigrants were snakes.
This is flirting with fascism.
Yesterday's attempted walkback of his comments standing next to Vladimir Putin is not the first time we've seen President Trump in damage control mode. Take his explanation for not rejecting the support of David Duke and the KKK.
Will you unequivocally condemn David Duke and say that you don't want his vote or that of other white supremacists in this election?
Well, just so you understand, I don't know anything about David Duke, okay?
Okay, I mean, I'm just talking about David Duke and the Ku Klux Klan here, but...
I don't know, honestly, I don't know David Duke.
He says, I'm just talking about David Duke and the Ku Klux Klan here, and you said, honestly, I don't know David Duke.
Okay, so let me tell you, I'm sitting in a house in Florida with a very bad earpiece that they gave me, and you could hardly hear what he was saying.
Except he repeated David Duke's name in his answer to Jake Tapper, or the president's 360 on who deserved blame in Charlottesville.
We condemn in the strongest possible terms this egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence on many sides. On many sides. As I said on Saturday, we condemn in the strongest possible terms this egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence. It has no place in America. You had a group on one side that was bad, and you had a group on the other side that was also very violent. And nobody wants to say that, but I'll say it right now. I think there's blame on both sides. But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides. I only tell you this, there are two sides to a story.
That was last summer after Charlottesville. Then we talk about how he waited and reportedly tested the waters before reacting to his reported S-hole countries comment.
President Trump slams immigrants from, and these are his words, S-hole countries. And here's the thing. The White House is not denying it.
According to our White House correspondents, quote, two sources close to the administration told NBC News Trump worked the phones Thursday night, calling friends and allies outside the White House to gauge reaction to fallout from the blank hole comments. One source characterized Trump as seeking reassurance. Another source told NBC News the president sought insight about how the episode might resonate among his base of supporters.
15 hours after the Washington Post published the story, Trump's now denying that he used those words.
Joining us now is the co-founder of Axios, Mike Allen. This morning, Axios is looking at how Republicans are reacting to President Trump's cleanup efforts. Mike, good morning. Always good to see you.
Morning, boy.
So we look at Charlottesville.
Once again, the full faith and support for America's intelligence agencies. I have a full faith in our intelligence agencies. Oops, they just turned off the light. That must be the intelligence agencies. There it goes. Okay. You guys okay? Good. That was strange.
The commander-in-chief, in an Oval Office meeting, referring to people from African countries and Haitians with the most vile and vulgar language. The language festers. When ignorance and bigotry is allied with power, it is a dangerous force in our country. Your silence and your amnesia is complicity. Right now in our nation, we have a problem. I don't know if 73% of your time is spent on white supremacist hate groups. I don't know if 73% of your time is spent concerned about the people in fear in communities in this country. Sikh Americans, Muslim Americans, Black Americans. The fact pattern is clear of the threats in this country. I hurt. When Dick Durbin called me, I had tears of rage when I heard about his experience in that meeting. And for you not to feel that hurt and that pain and to dismiss some of the questions of my colleagues, saying I've already answered that line of questions when tens of millions of Americans are hurting right now because of what they're worried about what happened in the White House. That's unacceptable to me. There are threats in this country. People plotting. I receive enough death threats to know the reality. Kamala receives enough death threats to know the reality. Maisie receives enough death threats to know the reality. And I've got a president of the United States whose office I respect, who talks about the countries of origins of my fellow citizens in the most despicable of manner. You don't remember. You can't remember the words of your commander-in-chief. I find that unacceptable. Mr. Chairman, I'm grateful to be on this committee. I'm more than ever today happy I'm here.